Yo, uh, just a quick video I wanted to do for the hell of it. Like I told Mr. Shop, not that anybody really cares. My opinion doesn't really matter much anyway, although I'm a competitive person, I'm not an expert in this fucking game, so. And also, it's pissing me off a lot these days, but I wanted to talk about some of this just in case my 2 cents might make a difference on you. Although this also does matter on your lineup and the heroes that you use, so you gotta be careful there. Don't just go with mine. I already know who I want, which we'll get there. But just so everybody's aware, I'm very biased towards these heroes. Like I hate some, I like some, so it's just my 2 cents, so you can listen to it, not listen to it, and we'll go there. This is for the 14 people who subscribe for some reason to me. Anyway, also, I believe a Liverpool fan. There were some wings there since I'm a, a Manchester United fan, but no worries there. All right, so start with the purples. I'm going to go down the list on the colors, so not across the fives, tens, and then I'll discuss afterwards. This mofo. First of all, the first thing that pisses me off is slow. I don't like slow heroes. I know they're only good, in my opinion, for Rush War, so I don't like that. 2021, so it's 3 years old already, so in my opinion, outdated. The mana boost over here, their special is okay, but again, this is slow hero, old, numbers are low. I mean, if you look at their attack, defense, and health, it's for this day and age, it's slow. When there's some hitters hitting with 2,000 plus damage, this guy's gonna get one shot at it anyway, and that's a lot of it anyway. So resist mana reduction is great, but for slow, it better be the case because it would be a disaster. And mana buffs, which is great because obviously slow hero, you would need that. Okay, so in that sense, those are great, but still, in my opinion, outdated hero. So 235 to all, it's really low these days. It's very low. Okay, and then dispels mana. Okay. All enemies with a dispellable mana generation buffs get minus 54 mana generation for. It's very, very specific. Again, can't be cleansed. Wonderful. It still sucks in my opinion. Enemies immune to new statuses. That part is good. But then again, when we get to the 20 hero for Guardian Panther, that's where we'll discuss this. But 10%, like the elemental links, they're all trash. I'm not a big fan of any of them. Even 10% for all dark heroes, it's still trash. So I kind of don't like this guy at all. And in my opinion, it's not worth. We'll go through them, but I just don't like this guy at all. Now Nyx is pretty strong. I kind of like Nyx. Obviously 3-stage mana charge, right? So first one, 220 damage to all, minus attacks, which is great, minus 30%. Was it? All else plus 30, sorry. So it's pretty decent. It's nothing special. It's not bad. But then second is 360 damage to all and minus 34 defense. So that's kind of cool. And then the last one, obviously 395, which is pretty good. It's a pretty good attack. Plus 50 damage, minus 44 defense. She's pretty good. Problem is, to get to 3 charges, that's a lot to go through. And, it's okay. That's all I can say. It's okay. If you need a heavy hitting purple to all, she's not bad. And of course, damage reduction, obviously for 6 turns if you take her to plus 20. Resist defense ailments. Well, great. Can't drop her defense, but at 1090, it's not really that high. Okay, I'll later on show you like one of my heroes, and you'll see how bad it's gone. So that's the purpose, and then this is the one that I think is worth it. I have her. This is a costume one, so it's definitely worth it. And I use her my Titans and a lot of also. I do mono, so I use her. When you're doing defense down for purples and you're using all purples, and most of my guys that I use hit everybody, it's very good. I like Guardian Panther. So damage is low, 285 is not a whole lot, but 34 defense down against purple, and also immune is great, also at fast. So I think Guardian Panther is the best one of the purple, but then again, it depends on your heroes, what you have, what you don't have, and how many can you spare. Okay. I originally wanted Matilda when I first noticed that she's here. When she came out, I fucking hated going against her. Okay, so of the Marlovia family, steals buffs. That shit is really fucking annoying, but and it's just random. But still, it's pretty damn good. An average hero, so it's good. Defense hero, and you look at the numbers. It's not bad. That's just a bit better than average in my opinion. When you see Guardian Panthers, some of it is lower, but it's not bad. I don't mind this hero. Okay, so receive 480 poison. Some of the heroes resist poison, especially when you pair them, like the goblins. They resist water and poison and fire and water and whatever the hell. But like that's the thing. I'm not a big fan of like specific damage like that. But I do like the Fiend part, so everybody gets a Fiend. 38 attack is not too bad. It's okay. And 35, heal health before it goes away. It's okay. And they also increase damage, by 50%, which is pretty damn good. And 25% to refresh the duration of the status, with the last turn remaining. So it's kind of cool, 25% to refresh all that. I think it's all right. But then again, I've already selected mine. So when I noticed that one was here, it really suited my team. So we'll get there. So I kind of like this hero, and I think it's worth definitely the 10, especially if you don't have Fiends, but that's a different thing. Sky, again, outdated. Sure, he hits a 12, 21, but I mean, I'm not a big fan, okay? And you can disable minion abilities. That's good. Sky's going to be good in the Equalizer, I believe, because when you can only use Fiends and minions because everything else gets wiped away. In that sense, this hero is not bad. Hits fast, right? It's a fast hero. 650 damage to a single hero, which is something I don't like. I don't like taking, 605 to a single hero. I like to hit everybody. I don't like hitting 3 people too, like hero and the targets around, because automatically, if it's not you, if it's defense, their chances of hitting the ones in the corners and then you only hit 2 is really shitty, so I don't like that. And then, boost 50% health. Like this guy was good at one point, but I mean, for its time. So in my opinion, outdated. I don't like this guy. I wouldn't go for him anyway. I'd rather go for Matilda. Now this guy, for as much as they're, a little outdated, because again, you look at their numbers, they're a little on the low side. I kind of like them. Okay, I originally was thinking to go with this guy because they'll match with my purple healer as well, or blue hero, because it's also the same family. Okay, and I thought it would have been interesting. However, when next one, you'll see which one I want to go with. So this, this color thing is great. So I kind of like this. And then we look at passive, deals extra elemental damage, like wonderful. I like these things, but again, the hero is a little bit outdated. The numbers are okay at plus 25. I mean, I think that's a little on the lower side, but still, these guys will never put new heroes in this soul exchange bullshit. So kind of like it because you get to clear some of yours. I do have some extras to get rid of, because I do accidentally roll a bunch of times to get a specific class. Like the goblins, for a while I had none and I wanted some, and then I went a little berserk and I got a few of them. I don't even like most of them, but the ones that I got 1 or 2, and then they end up nerfing them. So I'm probably done spending any money at all. I used to spend a little bit here or there, so I would not. For a while, a class would come in and I said, okay, I want this hero and I'll do a few rolls, whatever I've saved up, and maybe spend a bit of money and rolls and get something like deals that are worth it so I can get some extra rolls. But I'm kind of done with that. I have way too many heroes these days. I don't even care for this game anymore. I might actually wipe all my 3 and 4 star heroes because I only do war these days. I don't play any other aspect of this game that is not with 5-star heroes. So I'm if it wasn't because of friends and so on, I would not be playing this game. This game drives me crazy, as you guys can sometimes hear me rage in videos. Okay, so another charge hero. So great, if you want attack minions, just remove minions, which is again good because it's all minions even on the first charge. But again, single hero attack at the first charge at 520, which is all right. Second one is 610, and then adds a new one, but they can't cast any minions with a special skill, and then they receive damage if they do. And then third charge, damage is a little bit higher, so 675. But again, it's still single hero, and I don't like it. And then it maintains the whole you can't summon minions, so whatever. It's all right. I don't quite care for this one anyway. And you look at their numbers. I mean, 1080 and 2102 at level 25. They're gonna get one shot at most of the time. I don't like, yeah. So that's that. So this was one of my options originally because I'm loaded in reds, but I really liked this hero at one point. I mean, the attack of 1356, that's quite high, even though it's only doing 300 to the target and to random enemies. I've never tested this, obviously, because I don't have it, and I'm wondering if the random enemies could still end up being the same target. That would be interesting, because it's like 600 on the same target at 1356 is still a decent amount of damage. Okay, so Fiend, so summons a Fiend at 55% attack. That's pretty damn good. Okay, and it absorbs healing. The healing is a little low because mostly are 35s, around a third. This is 28, so it's a little bit on the lower side, but that's still good. And obviously, like if they're dead, with having a Fiend, it gives damage to nearby allies, which is kind of cool. Unless there's nobody around you because they've already been dead, then it's kind of useless. But hero's all right. I kind of like this guy. Kind of looks like a pug too, I think. The passives, Wrath of Pet. I don't actually know what the hell it is. Deals 85 damage to everybody with a chance. With the Fiends, when they cast that Fiends on a familiar. Oh, okay. This is kind of cool. So if they get Fiends or like I have one of these very similar to Blues. I think it's Bubbles that has very similar skills as well too. So when they get minions for the team or Fiends for the other side, they get bonuses. So I kind of like that. Now this is who I'm going with, only because the numbers are pretty low. I don't have a red healer. That's my number one thing. I don't have a good red healer. I'm still using a 4-star every once in a while. My secondary is the Garnet, the Red Ninja, which is obviously outdated, but the immunity part is good. And beyond that, I don't actually have any leveled up 5-star healers. I have a bunch of 370s, and I was working on Hathor and some Goblin guy. But Hathor is great. Shop loves them. I don't have them, and the Goblin guy is slow. But this one I really like because first of all, 42% health is pretty good. Resets the buff, so that's kind of good. And then allies get attack and crit, so very good, and will immediately also go into my Titan team. One other thing that is great: revival chance for the other team, 20% less. So that's great, but keep in mind that the math in this game is fucked. So when Mother North heals at 100% all the time against you, and even the other resurrectors like the red one, the purple ones, everybody's basically 100% against you. That's the way I see it. Okay, even when they're at 20%, I don't trust the game's percentage. So this being 20%. I was telling Shop 20% of 100 in this game is still 100%, so fuck that. But either way, I like the rest of their skills. Like I need a proper healer, so I kind of like this one. So this is who I'm actually going with. I already made up my mind, so that's that. I don't like any of the Blues. very fast is great. Attack power is great. 460 is great. Again, single hero, so I don't like that. And the caster nearby allies special skills deal additional 40% damage for 3 turns. So that's kind of cool. I don't mind that. Then again, I I'm not a big fan of this guy for blue because I already have another blue that I want to use, which is Bubbles. So yeah, and the passive, I mean, great, you don't block their special skills, which is good for very fast. So I kind of like that. And, it's the Cupid family. So if you have some, great to pair them up with. Miriam and Midnight. At the beginning, was a big fan of this pair, I should say, since there's two of them. And again, it's a minions, 30% HP and 30% attack. I mean, it's mediocre to, at best. Numbers are pretty low for it. At 25, it's very outdated. Their numbers are low. And then, again, lifts in newest, cleansable status ailments. I think, they're okay, but I would never have considered them to begin with. And I have Tinsel, and I'm not even worrying about maxing them. I have zero interest in this hero, and that's, again, 340 damage to the target and nearby. Not really anything special. The minions, I mean, Jesus, 10% and 10%, really low, so insignificant. It's good if you're going against or going with someone who actually needs minions. That part is great. What was the fucking guy's name? I forgot his name. The blue guy that shoots fish at people. He's great, right? And it's a fast hero, I believe. Yeah. So having minions and then he goes off, he shoots everybody, one fish for every minion is great. That is great. But again, everything else is useless. Like, you look at brings 14% down on 5%. Like, these numbers are really low. This day and age, none of it matters. Accuracy 10% for, it's just, I don't like this hero at all. I have him and I would not raise him anytime soon. Completely outdated hero. So you can see 2021, really no numbers. What the hell is 960 doing in the middle? But I do use, because of the defense down for my greens, I kind of need defense down. The minion part's a little bit bullshit because it slows down my attacks against Titans, but because it's defense down, my teams against Titans is defense down, elemental defense down, attack up, and if I have crit, so I can do more damage. So I actually use this dude against, or chick, or whoever it's with, I don't know, look at the fucking head, against Fiends, and again in my team as well too, because my green team is pretty shitty when it comes to attacks. So it's one of my heroes that I gotta use, and paired up with Cornell, who will hit hard. It's good to have defense down to add extra damage. Okay. Now when Queen Anne came in, I really wanted her, but again, slow heroes, very specific. The numbers are a little on the lower side, but they're not terrible for what this user does, because it starts with taunt, the taunt hero. The passive is decent, but I don't like the concept of the hero, because it regenerates HP for 6 turns, defense goes up, mana regeneration goes up for everybody. Those are great, but at a slow hero in this day and age, you'd be lucky if they go off. And this is a tank hero. You can't just put this on the wings or on flanks or whatever. It's got to be a tank. So in a 3-2, they'll do fine. In a 3-2 formation, or if you're doing a V, right? But you can't put this anywhere else. So in that sense, then slow heroes a little bit rough with. I like fast or very fast heroes. So, and lastly, also another guy I really wanted more than anything else, because I have Black Knight. So it would have been cool to have Green Knight to go with my Black Knight. They actually pair up really well because of the family. But defense down first. So this is where this hero is cool. First brings the defense down, and then it hits everybody. So that's kind of cool. Okay, and then the good part is, if this hero dies within the next 5 turns of going off, they'll come back to life with 45%, health and some damage to all the enemies. So it's a very good hero. I do like him, but if you look at the health, it's under 2,000. Great, the attack is 1345, and their bonus for 20 plus is, attack up. It's a very outdated hero. But again, I do like him. He was one of the ones that I considered. It was Matilda, this guy, and the Phoenix or whatever, the red healer that I'm going to go with. So anyway, this is my 2 cents on this stuff. And just an FYI, so I'm going to show you guys. So let's just say, do you look at these numbers? So I know it's triple costume, and I know it's plus 25 at 90. Okay, but still, this is what's happening these days because there's more people and will have at least one of these heroes. 1430 attack, 1564 defense, 3120 health. I mean, what is an outdated hero going to do to me, right? So this is why, all of this matters. So you got to be careful. I mean, of course, I was telling you about Silveria. Look at the numbers. I can't really have them anywhere else other than my attacks and Titans, and they get crushed when somebody goes off very quickly. You saw my last war. I got two-shotted by one team where one hero hit me, brought my health down, and I think it was defense down. The other one wiped my whole team, right? So this shit happens regularly. And these numbers just mean nothing. You get wiped. So you got to be careful when you're selecting your heroes, okay? And that's my 2 cents. Good luck, everyone.